Well, the actual tool itself, this tool that we're using right now, is free. But the actual way of kind of using it in your business, which is a really great question, having it as part of your marketing mix, having it as a strategy, is something that obviously you'd have to invest time in and potentially money in if you're going to get it and do it properly. Because it's about having a strategy and a plan. And I've mentioned to you that it's really, really easy to stream these videos to YouTube. But once they're on YouTube, what do you do with them? Do they just stay on YouTube, or do you then push them out to your audience so that people can find them going forward? Because you could be sharing some really interesting information that you'd like people to see. So the technology, totally free. The technique on using it effectively could be something you decide to invest money in and use somebody like myself or any of the other Hangout producers, people who are in the know, to help you organize it. But the other thing is that as I've been involved in Google Hangouts over the last 2 years, I've realized that sometimes it's important to have other ways to populate your YouTube channel. So I am actually also using smartphones to record videos on location, because this Hangout technology is great if you're in an office, but if you want to be out and about meeting your customers, interviewing them, then smartphones work really, really well. And I've found that the quality of the video is slightly better than Logitech, although you're saying that this my image is coming over very clear, not much lagging. I'm really pleased about that.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the time of day. Sometimes it's grainier and not so clear than other times. So.
Well, Elene, just on that, recording on the smartphone, how do you manage the sound then? Because I've recorded some videos on the iPad and in a car, and found all I got was wind noise and not actually anybody speaking at all, which was a disappointment.
Yes, that is true. Some of the smartphones are pretty good at picking up the sound, but the other thing that you would need is something like one of these.
All right.
This is the posh one. You probably don't need anything so sophisticated as this, but these are what they call lavalier microphones. So what they do, let me just show you the one I've got plugged in here. You can actually, if you're interviewing somebody, you can have something like this, maybe not that particular model, plugged into your smartphone, and if you're interviewing somebody, you could put the microphone up to their mouth and then back to your mouth, etc. So it's going to cut down on any of the external sounds like traffic or just noise in the room. But I have to say, over the weekend when I used my Samsung in a public place, it's a Samsung S7, I'm not on promotion here, the Edge.
Well done.
It was really good. It did pick up the background, it picked up the voices. I was really impressed, But it's a good question, and I think you start off with what you've got, and then you maybe add to your equipment. They do say, you've seen those microphones, those big boom microphones,
yes,
with a furry coat.
Yeah.
Well, that's to stop wind noise. Now, maybe I could adapt to this and put something on the end of this. I don't know. This seems to work very well. But it's all about not being put off by what you need equipment-wise, starting with what you've got and then adding to it. But I think what I want to get across to people is that anybody can have their own, YouTube channel, and it's easier than you think. It's easier than you think to have regular, fresh content, which is what YouTube wants. It doesn't just want one video on there and then that's it. It really wants weekly, monthly, however often you can manage to get that content over there. And of course then the videos have got to be optimized. I've spent a lot of time optimizing my videos, with keywords and links back to my website. And I'm really pleased to say that I show up on page 1 for a lot of keywords.
Oh.
big optimization tricks.
Very good.
Yeah. But that's a lovely question, Ines. Thank you. And you know, I can't believe we've been speaking for 20 minutes now.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah, well, that was another thing. There is the technology and the doing of it, and as you say, it's relatively easy to do. Well, and I guess once you've done it once or twice, you've really got the hang of it. But then there's the other thing, which is the content. There's the personality, the person that's speaking, you keeping somebody engaged, and you can only sort of see a blue head, as you say, of mine. If the camera's on, it'll be a shiny white head. But you know, it's how do you make that? You know, how do you plan the presentation, work out what you're going to say? How do you keep it going and keep people engaged?
Yeah, that's so good. When I do my regular weekly shows, I have a script, so I know exactly what I want to cover, and these are really kind of short, up to 10-minute long videos, and so I know exactly how I'm going to start off, and I start off with the same thing. Hi and welcome to Pre-Love Chica's show, straight in, and then I wrap it up with the same thing at the end. So there's a familiarity, people know what to expect, and then what key points I want to get to across, I've written them down on a script that I usually print out and have it standing by. But I think it's with any presentation, let's say you were giving a talk to somebody, different people have different technology, different ways of getting their message across. Some people have cards, you know, if you've got a PowerPoint presentation that you're using inside a Hangout, that helps to keep you on track. And, you know, sometimes it's like you can just go into this ad-libbing. And it's not all that easy for everybody to do that. But I've been doing that a couple of times recently, and I realised that actually, yeah, I can talk to camera. You talk to camera like it's your best friend. And, you know, there's a little bit of a fear factor. I'm not going to deny it, but some people will say, I could never do that. Well, anything is possible. If you really set your mind to something, it's achievable. There's loads of people who can help you, to coach you, to get over that, overcome that fear. And maybe one day I should put on a course, overcoming your fear of talking on camera, and line people up and get them in front of the camera.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing.
I think so. But thank you ever so much. What I'm going to do now, unless there are any other questions, I'm going to wrap all this up and stay online. So once I end the broadcast, just stay online for a few more minutes and we can have a little chat in the green room.
Excellent.
All right.
I'll adjourn to the green room and look out for the bottles and see if there's any glasses there.
No, it is a virtual one. I don't know what you might have in your green room. Okay, well, thank you ever so much, everyone, for watching this, and hopefully there have been some tips for you. And do get in touch. I'd be happy to help. No, lots of information. I've got lots of information I just love to share with you. So thank you. Bye for now. Thanks, William, as well.
Thanks, Elene. Bye.